What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Dead Stock Media. Today we're going to be checking out another banger from the 2021 year that found two long-standing collaborators finding their way back together. The Swoosh and another cold weather classic brand have teamed up to bring you more freshness for the winter months. I'm talking about the Air Jordan 1 Gore-tex collabs for those of you out there with cold feet. We'll get into the look, the feel, and the overall appeal of these shoes as we get through the video, but I encourage all of you to stick around to the very end for the bonus coverage that I'm going to drop on you. Before we make the jump though, I'm Tyler with Dead Stock Media, and for those of you that are into everything sneaker related, from new releases, old heat, and tips to add to your own collection, feel free to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and turn on all notifications so you know exactly when we post any of the updates that we are known to do. But without any further delay, let's get to it. Winter usually means cold temperatures, bad weather, and maybe not the freshest releases from our favorite brands. But Nike's doing their best to keep the heat on this year, and they've done that major with a fresh edition of a classic silhouette, the Jordan 1. This time the team is linked up with a collaborator from way back in the cold weather performance wear company, Gore-tex. For those of you that don't know, Gore-tex is an American clothing company that specializes in making weatherproof coats and clothing and other outerwear. Think something appropriate for a New York winter or Chicago or really any metropolitan cold place. As we get into checking out the shoe, I'm sure you'll see where the Gore-tex has really come to shine and all those areas where it differs from an Air Jordan 1 that we typically see, and just how it's going to benefit you in those cold weather climates. The primary function of these shoes is to keep you warm and dry in the elements, while also having you look fresher than most. I'm also going to say that while I was hyped to land this pair myself, I had a bit of a mixed feeling sensation when I saw them hit my cart. Because my feelings are that if I landed this pair out here in California, then somebody who was actually gunning for them in Wisconsin or North Dakota, someplace where winter actually hits, they missed out on their pair. So, hey, anybody out there that may be watching this in a cold climate state, if you feel like you missed out on these and you maybe want to trade or something, drop me a line down in the comments and let me know what you're willing to drop. No guarantees, but somebody may have left themselves into a new pair of shoes. So we have our first look at the Air Jordan 1 Gore-tex collabs here. The first thing that pops to me are the different colors used all throughout the shoe. You have a light gray in the back here that also encompasses the swoosh. You also have a very dark, distinct forest green color on the toe and the mid body here. And then you have black around the toe, the laces, and the tongue. Mixed in with the different color swatches, you have a different fabric for a lot of elements here. The heel portion is suede. The toe portion is also suede, but very different feeling. The front black is a little bit more rich and deep. The back is a little bit more sturdy and form-fitting, I would say. But it's the mid-body and the toe that really seem to shine, because I believe that this is the Gore-tex material. There's a different feel to it. It's more slick, and it's designed for water to wick off and not to sink in. The toe is very interesting too, because while it looks quilted, it has a slightly more solid feel to it that I think allows for the water to just bead off, or any elements to just, slickly fall right off the shoe. Coming back to the swoosh, I think you can see that it's printed on. It's not raised, it's not a different piece of leather. It's smooth and embossed. I get the feeling there's some 3M to it by the way that I move, and the light kind of picks it up and reflects it. Standard black laces come equipped. The tongue is Gore-tex too, so you don't have to worry about your tongue soaking up water and the elements along with it. I also really like the Nike Air tag here. Not only the color and that chili red pop, but the fact that it's kind of misplaced. It's a little bit lower, so you see the trademark registered information from Nike. I know this was done on purpose, but it gives it a feel of almost like custom, even though it's for sure not. Probably wouldn't forgive myself if I didn't showcase the sole of this shoe either. You have a very interesting look. I'm not sure what it reminds me of, but it's distinct. You have a black solid feel here. You have a more translucent gray feel here. And then at the toe, it matches the translucent portion too. I'm not sure what the story here is, so if anybody has an idea of why that is, if there's some relevance to it, let me know, because I'm dying to figure it out. So there you have it, you guys. Real quick rundown of the Air Jordan 1 Gore-Tex collabs in particle gray, black, dark green, and a little splash of red. Overall, I'm in love with this fall silhouette. I really like the shoe. And while I may live in a part of country that I don't really have a season for wearing these, that doesn't mean that you're not gonna see me stepping out in them on the regular. For those of you that hung tight, I told you in the very beginning that I had some bonus coverage coming your way. And while I don't think you knew exactly where I was headed when I said that, I think you'll be rather surprised. You see, we're gonna go off the rails and we're gonna do a second unboxing here and now just for you today. And while this isn't something that I was particularly planning on doing, when you have another pair of shoes that is particularly relevant to the pair that we're checking out today, I think you have to pay attention to what the universe is telling you and bust them out the box. While I'm sure some of you know exactly where I'm going with this, for those of you that don't, I'll be glad to fill you in. You see, Nike and Gore-Tex had another Air Jordan 1 collaboration drop shortly after the pair that I just showed you, and wouldn't you know, we happen to have those with us here today, and it'll be my pleasure to unbox them with you right now. So without any further delay, I'm just gonna bring these bad boys out. You have the second iteration of the Air Jordan 1 Gore-Tex collabs here in hand right now. And the first thing that stands out to me is just the overall difference in aesthetic appeal than the first pair that we just checked out. While the pair we just looked at was, very winter-centric, dark and marauding colors, you have almost the counter to that. You have light, sprightly appeal with, hits of muted pastel purple or almost lavender throughout. Real interesting look to this particular shoe. Overall, it's a very understated and handsome shoe. I think you can pair this with a lot of different outfits and looks. And then you have pretty much all the detailing mirrored from the other shoes that we just checked out. From the very light gray suede around the heel to a slightly more luxurious suede around the toe. You have the Gore-Tex toe box, and then you have also Gore-Tex finishing here and along the tongue. Same tag detail, which I really like. This time only in black, which fits the motif a little bit more. And then we'll check out the sole, and you have pretty much the same identical markings as on the other ones. Still would like to know the meaning, so if you have any idea, let me know. Alright, you guys, there you have it. After not one, but two fresh unboxings today, I think that's all I've got for you. If you happen to enjoy today's video, or if you took anything from it, feel free to drop a like or a comment. Let me know what you'd like to see on this channel further. And also make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any update that we happen to make. For Deadstock Media, this is Tyler, signing off.